The investigation in the shooting in Sebring continues. Today we're learning more about the 5 women who lost their lives. Cynthia Watson, Ana Pinion-Williams, Marisol Lopez, and Jessica Montague were shot and killed inside the SunTrust bank on Wednesday just after noon. Montague was a mother of 3. The other 2 victims were 54 years old. Sebring police are not sharing their names at the request of their families. Family members at the home of the 5th victim were too upset to talk. 4 of the 5 women were employees at the bank. One employee managed to escape out a back door. He says SunTrust asked him not to speak to anyone about the shooting. Police say the suspected shooter called 911 after the shooting but would not let them inside the bank. Zephan Zaver is charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder. There is still no word on a motive. We're learning new details about what happened that day. 10 News reporter Emerald Morrow talked to a man who was just outside the bank when the shooting happened and immediately called 911.
Allison, the last time most people saw this bank, there was a huge hole in the entrance, but as you can see right now, it is all boarded up, and in many ways it can be seen as the start to a healing process as this community works to fill this void that's been marked by tragedy. You'll recall the front entrance was broken down when a SWAT truck rammed through the doors after reports of a shooter inside. That shooter accused of violently taking the lives of 5 women, a customer, and workers just trying to do their jobs. And now this community is left to grieve, and a huge void now exists for loved ones left behind. But just imagine for a second you're here at the bank just as or right after the shooting took place. Well, that was the case for Victor Sparks, who was here making a deposit when he saw people on the ground with someone walking around and then heard what he thought were gunshots.
If I'd have maybe been at the bank 5 minutes sooner, we had 5 stops to make, and that was the last one. And if we'd have left out any one of those stops, I could have been in there.
It hit me, later in the day. I could have been a widow today. If God had not had his hand on what we were doing.
And Allison, what's also so chilling about this story is Sparks says he believes he's one of the last people to see those victims alive, and despite his grief, he's very, very glad to be alive himself. Back to you.